Welcome back to the paddock, everybody. We're getting ready for the heavyweights this afternoon. We're going to do another quick paddock walk for the next 15 minutes or so and see who we can find this afternoon. I'm going to go straight in for Mr. Steve Lindley and see if he's up for a chat with us. Steve?
Hello, young man.
Good to see you back, mate. A new season, you all ready for it?
Yes, bit of a step up going into Class 1, but we'll give it a go.
What have you been working on in the winter break since we were last here?
To be fair, I tried losing a bit of weight ready for the PFI thing. I'm not going to lie, I managed to get down to almost the 85 kilo race weight. So, but other than that, nothing. Just chilled the body out and relaxed. It was a tough season last year, so give it a go.
This Buckmore Park circuit, obviously everyone knows it very well. It's cold as it always is here in February. What are the key challenges?
It's going to be quite a leveler for everybody this season, today, because everybody's on the new tyres. They're not the same as by any stretch. That I find them more oversteery than understeery now. So it's just a case of changing it back to how it is now, and with it being cold, that'll make a little bit of a difference as well. So we'll just have to go and see what it's like. Going out for a test in a minute, and fingers crossed we'll all be good.
Well, I'll leave you to it. Good to see you, mate. And have a good one. Steve Lindley there. Let's have a pop-up round the paddock, because I think there's quite a few people hiding around the back. But yeah, very different conditions to what we had this morning. Obviously it's dried out over the course with the lightweights. It's still very fresh, still very cold, so you'll still get that peaky nature of the tyres in terms of if you overwork them, you'll have a moment quite easily. Sam Dimbalow's waved at me, which means he's now going to get interviewed for tester purposes. Sam, good to see you, mate.
Hello.
Are you doing well?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm okay. How's prep going on for your young one ahead of juniors and cadets later on in the year?
We're at Forest Edge next weekend, so that'll be interesting. But he's not doing the CLUB100.
Oh, okay. It's one of these again.
Yeah.
On a front here today, we've been talking a lot about the tyres. Obviously you're doing a lot of testing of the karts. What is your take on the new tyres versus what we had in 2022?
They're a lot more consistent, a lot more, the drop off is very minimal compared to how it used to be, and you've got a lot more like lateral grip, so side to side grip, so they load up a lot nicer. We're still trying some things, and it's getting better every time. That's not even lying. It's actually all getting better every time.
Good stuff. We'll catch you in a bit. Cheers, Sam. You'll see me on Wednesday, yes, for CLUB100 iRacing. So Sam Dimalo there, one of the testers for CLUB100, and is also one of our drivers in the iRacing Championship that starts later on this week, which you will be able to watch on the DDMM YouTube channel. It's a heavyweight session, so I'm going to go towards their natural gravitation point, which is the cafe, and see who we can find, who we can have a chat with. It's the start of the new year as well, so I'm going to spring on people that we don't know and see if anyone's up for a quick chat. Gents, how are we doing here today? You're our special driver. What's your name? Where are you from?
Ethan O'Donnell, and I'm from around here and I work here as well. So yeah, it's my first CLUB100. Work here. I'm being watched by these boys, so it's a bit of pressure, to be honest. I won't lie.
So you know the location well, but let's say it's your first CLUB100 event. What are you aiming for today?
Front of the C final, back of the B. I'll be happy with it. Staying out of trouble, to be honest. Nothing much more. Just try and stay facing after the first lap, facing the right way. That's about it. Just try my best as much as I can.
In terms of other racing that you've done, what have you had as experience?
Mainly here. I've done thousands of laps around here. I've been here since it reopened, and just rental karting here, and that's it. Nothing more. So this is probably the biggest step up I've got.
And what was it that attracted you to CLUB100 from the rental karts and stepping up here?
Mainly working here and watching them. Like, it's probably the good step to take from rental karting up to here. It's just not baby steps, but obviously it's a little bit higher, but it's just little steps going up the way, and hopefully it comes off next year. This is just more of a practice year for me, so hopefully it goes somewhere. Try and do well in my heats.
Good stuff. Well, great to have you here, Ethan. Have a good time. Ethan O'Donnell there, one of our new drivers. I say it's always a great thing at the start of a season You get an influx of people coming in each year in the different formats, and yeah, great to have people recognising again that Club 100 recognised as part of the karting pathway now, with Motorsport UK taking those steps, starting here at, as I say, a very well-run circuit at Bookmoor Park. We regularly come here as a championship as Club 100, at least 2 visits a year. But Ethan's taking that step up. I'm just going to have I want to have a chat with Joe Holmes at some point. I'm just going to catch Chris Alcock if he's all right to have a chat with us for a second. Chris, you're not going to go away with it. New season, feeling good?
Yeah, feeling nice and luminous. I've got some nice new team wear, which is even more luminous for me. So yeah, even less missing me.
Because we've really struggled to spot you in the past.
I've been quite inconspicuous, right? Especially at the last round last year.
Yeah. New season, obviously, everyone starts from 0 points. What's the aim for the year?
Wins. Got to win. I've got pace. I just need to focus myself a little bit more. Maybe try a bit harder in the gym, make sure I'm a bit fitter, so I'm not mentally fatigued at the ends of the races. You can't change your luck, you just keep plugging away. I'm here to win stuff, I've got pace to win stuff, so I just need to stick it to the guys a little bit more, back myself a bit more rather than being so nice all the time, I suppose. But we'll see.
Anwar winning the championship last year, he's moved on to lights. Do you think that changes the dynamic at all, or is it still all-out war?
All-out war. We're all here for ourselves, aren't we? Kurt has moved up to C1 from C2 last year. He was always rapid anyway. Joe, widely regarded as the best Club 100 racer of certainly the modern era. So he's always going to be hard work to keep on pace with. Dickie, phenomenal. Alex is there on his day, obviously champion of the world at Rye House. A couple of the guys have moved up from C2 as well. So what is it? Tim Williams, Steve Bosley. Sorry if I'm missing anyone else out. Lindy's moved up as well. Yeah. We've got a good bunch of lads in there, so it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to getting stuck in.
Lots of talk about tyres at the start of the season. What are your thoughts on them as a driver?
Yeah, I have to be careful what I'm saying on this one. I think my opinion seems to be generally opposite. So the tyres are better. They come in quicker. They're more grippy. I'm yet to try them in the wet, but on the whole, they don't give up that much grip. So it's fairly similar to last year on that front. For me, I'd prefer the spread of the field to be bigger and wider rather than closer. I think it invites a little bit more hanging on the edge and people not giving up, knowing when the move is done. But looking at the results from the season opener and yesterday from the Enduro racing, actually it was all right. There wasn't too much of that. So hopefully I'm be proved wrong over the course of the year. But he had to move anyway because we weren't having the old tyres. So it's a kind of moot point. We've got them. They're decent. They do the job JV wants. So we turn up, we race, right? Good stuff. Best of luck for today, Chris. Thanks for talking to us. But Chris Alcock there, who definitely will be a factor. I'm going to quickly have a chat with Joe. Yeah, thank you, mate. See you later. Joe, good to see you, mate.
Hello, mate.
And we've seen you getting a bit of track time in the Run PFI in Bookmoor as a tester in Club 100, but you're back racing now.
Yep.
You ready for going and getting that one plate back?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, last season was a strong season. I mean, in terms of heats, here he is. Here's Nico Rosberg. Here he is.
You can win now. I've gone, can't you?
Christ, it took you 4 years to beat me anyway.
Yeah, well,
I had to give you a chance in last one, didn't I?
Oh, that's what you were doing. You were lifting. Yeah. That explains how Dickie did you around the outside, because you were lifting off, weren't you? Giving me a chance.
It was all part of my master plan that never worked out.
It never worked out, did it? Have a good one today, mate.
Cheers, pal. Thanks, mate. See you later. Yeah, I mean, last season went well. I mean, the heats were there. It was just the finals. So obviously, new Dunlop tyres will bring the karts closer, I'm hoping. So I think that's what cost me last season. So not really much to change. In fairness, just try and make some boring races like I used to do.
I mean, there'll be boring races, but I'm sure there'll be good races and exciting races for us in the box. Start of the season, obviously you've done this for many years, is especially as you might have a few newer drivers through those heats, is there a slightly different tack that you take with the round one compared to, say, when we're here in November and everyone's up to speed?
There's pros and cons to that. I mean, the newer people probably take longer to get their eye in, so is that potential for better opportunities to get through them quicker? Maybe. I think ultimately round one is just about getting your season off on a good start. You don't want to use round one as a drop. So, I mean, my first heat, I'm 13, so the point systems have changed now. So basically, just make sure you get a top 3 in every heat, and you're going to be somewhere for the final. So, although there's newer people, they'll know what they're doing. They probably know who I am, so I'm hoping for a few cheeky little point throughs, make my life a bit easy, but we'll see.
Good stuff. Good to talk to you, Joe. Have a good one today.
Thank you.
And Joe Holmes, I say, not reigning champion. That's the first time that we've ever said that in any of a subsequent season that he's competed in. He's always been the champion of something. He has the number 2 plate, but as I say, Anwar Burrell-Smith has moved on. He's gone to another class, so in a way, he is the highest ranked driver in the heavyweights once again. I think, or I feel, we're at that point where in this 30-minute session there's a lot of people switching over. It's often shared, these 30-minute sessions, so one driver does 15, hands over the carts to another driver for another 15. Round here is a very physical circuit. You don't want to wear yourself out too early by doing what is essentially practice. It has no competitive value. I just want to see if we could try and catch a word with Steve Bosley, who I don't think we've spoken to before on one of these paddock walks, but is a very experienced member of this competition. Tim Hill here as well. I remember we talked to Tim at the end of last season. Steve, great to see you back, mate. Here for another year, ready to go?
Yeah, we're here for the year, ready to go and enjoying it already. It's great fun out there. And the tyres, I'm getting used to them a bit more now. So my first one out, I didn't really like them too much. Too much grip for me. But now I've got used to it a bit in that 15-minute session there, and yeah, all good.
Before the 15 minutes, so was it early this weekend that you did some driving?
Oh, I came to the starter at the beginning of the season, and I just found myself out braking myself too much on them, and span around a couple of times, and just sort of got into my head a little bit, and then I was going too slow after that. So I only like going fast. So,
what's the target for the season and for today?
The target for the whole season will be just try and stay around about the top 10 where I was last year. That'd be brilliant. Obviously, being C1 is another step up for me now. And then target for each meeting is to go race by race and to do the best I can do every single race. You know, I don't really overlook it too much or overthink it. Just about enjoying every race as I take them now. I used to overthink it too much. So.
Good stuff. This Buckmore Park circuit, obviously we race here a lot. We always have at least 2 visits here every year. Is it one you enjoy?
Yeah, I mean, I love Buckmore Park. I mean, it's the first outdoor circuit I ever did back in the 90s, and I've raced here a lot. So, you know, there's always a bit of pressure on myself to do well because I know it so well. But yeah, I just love this track. You know, it's fast, it's furious, and yeah, the karts are great round here, so yeah, I love it.
And what is it about Club 100 in general? We saw Tim just off to our side, he's another very experienced driver. What is it year on year that brings you back to Club 100?
It's just like a family. It's just the experience is amazing here, and I just love, like, you know, Tim, he's been around forever. I've been around quite a while now, so it's just everybody here. You know, JV, the whole team he's got behind him. They're the same people all the time. You guys, everybody about it, and the karts are really good as well. You know, and the setup is just really, really good, and you know, and it's just great fun. I love it. Yeah. Good
stuff. Well, cheers for talking to us, Steve. Steve Bosley there. I'd fancy Steve for at least a couple of a heat win or maybe 2 here today. How are we doing for time? We'll do a couple of minutes more. We'll try and find somebody else to talk to. I'm going to try and talk to another new face, perhaps. A new driver that we haven't talked to. Sorry to step in. What's your name? Where are you from?
Matt, Callan Britton. Wimbledon. This is my first time, Club 100. Hello, anyone who's watching. Yeah, I'm hoping to not be last today. That's my aim. Or not last by too far.
What experience have you had before racing here today?
Indoor karts, not much. And car track days, so not really applicable. I'm new, like I'm going to be really slow. That's kind of my expectation, but I did my test yesterday. First time driving a kart outside, first time a Club 100 kart. Yeah, and I've lost my voice. So yeah, it's going to be fun, I think. It's just...
Don't worry about it. We've all started at some point. What was it that originally attracted you to Club 100?
Super GT. Watched a lot of his YouTube videos. And karting's fun. Doing the indoor ones, I wanted to do races, so yeah, that kind of led me to this. I didn't expect to get in either. I thought I was on the reserve list, slot came up, rang, got in. yeah, now I'm here. Maybe out my depth, but we'll see.
I say, keep it on the island. I'm sure you'll achieve your aim for today. Thanks for joining us, Matt. I say, always good to talk to people who are new, and I think we'll probably wrap things up there for this paddock walk. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back out on circuit very soon with the start of this afternoon's heavyweight programme. Keep it locked here on Alpha Live.